So now verse 18 is highly significant. Jesus goes on to say, "And I say unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." Once again, back to that same area, the gates of hell, the gates of Hades, the gates to the underworld, they're not going to prevail against what I'm giving you, this ability to receive revelation directly from God. So if you look at the wording here, he says, if you look in the Greek New Testament, thou art Petros, and upon this Petra I will build my church. Petros is the Greek word for a little rock, a small rock. You're a rock, Peter. It could even be, you know, a boulder maybe, but it's a little rock. Petra is a huge rock. It's like a cliff. And here we are at Caesarea Philippi on the foot of Mount Hermon.
It's the greatest visual object lesson. It's the most immovable thing anywhere for 500 miles. And as you're walking from Capernaum, you are staring at this mountain. Now, you're starting at 600 feet below sea level. This is a 9,000-foot mountain. It is huge and indomitable. You would have spent 2 days staring at this rock. And Jesus says, upon this rock, I will build my church. I can't imagine a better object lesson than where Jesus took them and they saw the largest mountain anywhere that they probably had ever encountered in their entire lives as a symbol for God's revelation and a symbol for God's immovable and indomitable church.
So love the fact that we're standing at the foot of a Petra, and Peter is being told, you're a Petros, you're a little rock, but upon this big rock, which now leaves lots of room for interpretation. As members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the way we have traditionally interpreted that, and I believe rightly so, is to say, what is this rock, this Petra, that Jesus is going to establish his church upon? We know it's his church, so ultimately Jesus himself, is the Petra, the big rock, the foundation for the church and for all of us. But more important than that, in this context, is the fact that Peter didn't have any earthly source for his testimony. It came from God guiding Peter on the earth. That rock of revelation, that cornerstone of it's still going to be the church of Jesus Christ, even after he dies and is resurrected and taken to heaven, it's still going to be the church of Jesus Christ. It's not going to be the church of Peter. Just like in our latter days, it's never been the church of Joseph Smith or the church of Brigham Young or the church of any subsequent prophet. It's always the church of Jesus Christ, built on the foundation of Christ with revelation, the rock of revelation giving us God's direction at every phase as to what to do. And then you get verse 19, I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. You'll notice in a lot of art depictions of Peter, he's often depicted showing a key ring, a large key ring with 2 keys hanging down. One being the key to heaven, one being the key to earth. Whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven, and whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And now, as he gets ready to leave Caesarea Philippi and go back down to Galilee, the apostles have had this experience where they recognize what they now know, especially Peter here. That testimony is pretty sure.